Hi family, it's Marianne here. Um, Last night was a really difficult night for me, and I had a really hard time getting through my day. But God is good all the time. Um, I felt it was necessary to do this video because as when I got on the scene, you guys know I'm big on accountability. And then with the struggle with Umar, I'm always yelling accountability, accountability. So it's only fair um, to give an explanation. And then, of course, to follow a receipt. Um, it, it was just it was just really sad the way the whole situation played out last night. Um, I felt um, I had a good rapport with him, and um, when I went back and combed through our messages, um, the times are all consistent, late evening or early morning, and then that text, that message which was sent to me was not um, usually the time frame that we connected. But then again, he probably felt, due to the nature of the situation, it was urgency. What kind of troubled me is yesterday, that check that entertained everybody, that made its circulation on YouTube. I provided him with that check, which was in September, if I'm not mistaken, September. And there's a channel that comparable to mine. I think on his channel he has 500 more. So we're at 5,000, but he's at 500 more than I am. And I think um, just a regular YouTuber brought something to his attention, and he's like, "Oh, I'm coming to show you guys this and that." And I think Michonne will probably panic because he probably feel, "Wow, I brought her um, on the scene," which he did. I made that publicly, y'all. That's how you guys all know me, introduced me. And then a channel who's as small as mine was gonna blow him up with this check situation. And then I just felt that he would have reached out to me, discussed it with me, and allowed me to prepare, give him what he needed, and when he made the presentation to the family, he would have had my receipt. So that's my stand on it. And I stand firmly on this stand. And um, when I reach out to him, I I I rewatched the video twice. Yes, my voice is elevated. I'm an emotional individual, but I didn't say anything disrespectful and stuff. I didn't say anything disrespectful. The only thing which he pointed out was disrespectful was when I called Umar on the line, and then he muted. My thing is, like, not all monies are good money. I would have forfeit having that video monetized. I wouldn't have muted when Umar picked up, but he muted. He didn't allow the audience to hear the encounter that I had with Umar. And to me, it felt like I'm drowning and you didn't throw a life jacket. But listen, I'm not here to criticize. I'm here to give clarity. Um, when I received the check, we questioned the check. I shared that with him. I made a video, family. After making the video, prior to making the video, I screenshot the check. I sent it to him. And I also, every time I'm sending it, I say, please protect me, guard my information. I was always very adamant about that. So he got this check in September, and then someone's coming up, you know, a YouTuber had a question, and a content creator took the challenge. Okay, we need to challenge this. All fair and square, but my only thing, I just didn't like the way he handled the situation. And once we sat with his attorney and my attorney, I signed the disclosure what I needed to sign. And when a check was issued at the time of the signing, I ran to Chase Manhattan. We deposited, and we really felt like, okay, if this check bounced, we're gonna in Ohio, when you give a bad check, it's very serious. There's hefty penalty, and there's criminal charges that one will face. So we're like, all right, we're gonna get him, and the check family cleared. When the check cleared, I think it took 3 to 5 business days, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a few months, family. I closed the account at Chase Manhattan, and I took the check and I deposited the check in my account. Now, in the Huntington Bank, the deposit is for 42 and something, because I took out of the 68,000, I took 26 and something. But like today, like I said, my entire schedule rearranged. I went to Chase. This wasn't a closed account, where for them to pull that closed account and to give me proof of statement of the 46,600 that was deposited. So that's how that was. And then throughout the entire process, when the check cleared, I informed them. When I closed the account, withdraw the money to transfer to my primary institution, I informed them. So there was always a line of communication, not just the check, everything regarding this Umar saga. I felt like he was the one person that understood the urgency, how Umar was plaguing the community and how he needed to be removed. And last night, I'm going to be honest, I didn't understand his politics. I didn't understand the way he moved. I was at a loss. It was embarrassing professionally, because when I got wind of the situation, I was at my place of business, and it was embarrassing on YouTube. I felt the entire situation could have been handled a little bit better, but that's neither here or there. But I do wanna take this time to tell there's 4 content creators that I will call out. I'm really, really hurt. I felt that I didn't know this was going to transpire, and I felt these people have respectable channels. They've been at the game a lot longer than I have, and they championed for me. And then I felt they were victimized by getting caught in the crossfire. Malik, Uncle Malik, I apologize. You were very vocal for me. I apologize that you had to take fire. And information man, you are one of the content creators that have always been welcoming, always very supportive. And when I saw him flash on Mr. Honors, when people comments are coming up, and when I read his comment, I saw what I interpreted as confusion, disappointment, and I'm truly sorry that he's a very upstanding, very guardful of what he brings to his channel, and I felt he caught fire as well. And Manny, you've been on panel where you're taking fire for someone you don't even know, and I'm sorry that, because I know last night was confusing for a lot of people. And Uncle Mo, I don't know him as well as the other three, but he has also been very vocal for me. And the last video that I posted was him again championing and supporting me. And I swear, if I knew this was gonna go down like that, I would have never post his video, because everybody who comes to the channel, when something dramatic happens, and his video is like that post that got comment underneath. I apologize to him for the fire that he also received, and it wasn't fair to them. And all of you who are my channel member, thank you for the love and support. This is crazy. I got like 2,800 or 600. I posted, flooded with messages. I read about 70. I couldn't get to all of them. Thank you. They've been kind, encouraging, and supportive. Thank you. It's getting a little dark. I'm in the lobby. I had to do some traveling. I want to cover the fight tomorrow. I was supposed to bring a video with Elisa. I apologize. I had to do some extra running around before my travel, and that just kind of threw me off. Like I said, I had a very difficult day today. I'm gonna have dinner, but before dinner, I said I would come here and talk to you guys. And I'm not gonna call out their name. There are two large channels. Last night was hard, and he called. He goes, "I'm not being disrespectful. Are you okay?" And I appreciate him taking the time and making that phone call. And also the other individual, she is the queen of her own right. She reached out to me. She was very supportive, very comforting. I was surprised. I did not expect to get a phone call from her. She goes, "I know you're not sleeping. Stay out of the comment. I've already told you, stay out of the comment." And that's why, if you guys notice, everyone who commented after the fiasco, if you notice, I haven't really responded to any comment. She told me just stay out of the comment. And then she told me, if She advised me not to. She said, if you're going to make a response video, turn off your comment. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go in the comment, but I'm not going to do that. Because that's not how we have it set up here on the channel. But I appreciate her advice, her kind words. I greatly appreciate it. I appreciate both of them. They know who they are, family. And Umar said something when he picked up Mr. Honor muted. He did cybersecurity. I'm not an expert on cybersecurity, but I really wish the call wasn't muted. So I was extremely emotional. So I started screaming. I said, you blank, blank, Pan-African blank. Tell them your blank, blank paid me the $68,600. And he's like, yeah. How does it feel? You're so buried in your hatred for me. You couldn't even accept my apology. You team up with my biggest hater and he stabbed me in the back. I said, you know what? Regardless how this situation is developing, you are a cancer in our community. And I won't stop until I see that you're in handcuffs. And he's like, well, good luck, because you're not the first. And I told you I was built for that. But there's always going to be one who's going to be the first. So I may not be the first, but I promise you guys, I will stay focused on this investigation that's going on in Cleveland. I did reach out to the police headquarters, and of course, like I knew, he's like, yes, they had quite unusual volume of call. It's police, they're not going to tell y'all much, but the point is, I just felt like a lot of you just see me on here. A lot of you really don't know me, but I think I've been transparent. I think I've been open unto you all. That check stuff is a fluke. That check that you all saw last night, I gave it to him. I gave it to him. He had that check since September. I gave it to him. I wouldn't sabotage myself. And he's telling me real estate. I don't know any real estate. I had no idea what he was talking about. My thing is how could you not connect with me? And then we solved this together before you came and did your live. That was my biggest issue. That was my biggest issue. And then I'm tough. I'm a tough cookie. I think when I felt like I was under fire, I think it just kind of ruffled my feather, the page that I was taking fire from. That's what bothered me the most. And I've been staying away from comment. Last night I did a lot of reading. I didn't. Today I just kind of stay away from any comment. I did go on the page. I did make a post for my channel member. But I did stay out of the comments. And there's a lot of comments where she's seeking fame. She's seeking, listen, family, I'm not seeking attention. I'm not seeking fame. I'm an activist. And I think I've shared that with a lot of you. I'm an activist. I don't think I've gone into depth of my level of activism, but I am. I've set 2 Cleveland council person down. I went to battle with a sitting mayor. I do charitable work. And then the bathhouse where I did the charitable work, the locker room, boys' locker room and girls' locker room were in deplorable condition. And I'm like, these are princes. They're girls. They change there. That's unacceptable. And I did, as an activist, went to City Hall on many occasions. You don't go and see the mayor like that. The very first time I called him was in the parking lot. I'm like, hey, this is a city owned youth center. The locker room for the girls, the bag is deplorable. No, if you go in any other suburb, their children are not coming to a youth center like that. Something needs to be done. And it was a long process. They gave me a lot of turnaround regarding renovation for it. And eventually I stepped to the plate, got contractor to renovate the entire locker room, bathroom for the girls. And I was blocked. They're like, no. You cannot bring private contractor. This is city property. It only can be done by contractor, city contractor. And then I took the money, brought it to the city. I'm like, okay, I can't bring the private contractor here. As a private citizen, I want to fund this because these princes deserve more. The money was taken. They turned me around, and I became furious with the mayor. I gave him a run for his money. I fought him so hard. Not only did they return the cash donation that I gave to finish the project, they renovated the girls' locker room. And then I got a proclamation from the city, an article in the newspaper, and I've been on the local news numerous times. Family, I'm an activist. I took down a congresswoman, and that kind of surface, kind of like distorted. She was a mentor for a friend of mine's husband. He was an attorney. He rose through the rank as a judge in the greater Cleveland area. And, things happen. Life happened. There was domestic abuse in the relationship. Divorce took place. September 17th, she was supposed to come to Glenville Seventh-day Adventist Church. We were supposed to have service. I followed her home. She get in my car. We go to Cheesecake Factory. I take her to the airport. She's going to spend Thanksgiving with her to-be fiance. That never happened. When she dropped her girls off before coming to church, he slit her throat and she passed. When I got the news through my phone, I was so shaken up. They kept me at church. They didn't want me to leave. They were worried about me. So I say all of this to tell you guys I'm an activist. And then I really fought Marsha Fudge hard. I fought her hard because she gave a letter to the judge. She used her influence, her position of power to have him free. Now, I'm not going to say he wouldn't have killed her, but she made it a speedy death for her. And I fought her hard. And her seat was an elected seat. She was unseated, family. And then in time, the Biden administration did assign her housing secretary. She didn't last long in that position. So I say all this. I come to YouTube. It's a fun space, but I'm a doer, family. I'm not just going to come here and talk. I want to take it outside. What changes can we make? What can we do better? Yes, we could have fun here. Yes, we could talk here. But I'm about change. I'm about action. And what threw me off, 10 years. You have done extensive research. You're giving us a documentary on him. And when other content creators cover him, you're always used as a cross-reference. So I don't understand what his end game is. I was in a fog and I was lost. what do you want? I thought you wanted what I want. And last night I didn't understand what happened. It really, really threw me for a loop. But it's what it is. So I just kind of wanted to come and talk to you guys about this. And the Marsha Fudge thing, I will address it, family. And then you know what? All my activism thing, you pull up, you take your time and do thorough study, you will see. Like, wow. The judge who did put the restraining order was I was supposed to stay 500 feet from her at event. That's how the restraining order came. They went to school together. They grew up in the same Glenville neighborhood. And then she refused to excuse herself from the case. That's called dirty politics. So if I had to go back, I'll do it all over again because I hate injustice. I hate when something is not fair. And least but not last, last night when I calmed down, I told you guys 2 content creators, their channel, my channel is like child's play compared to their channel. After I talked to them and I calmed down and I kind of examined the landscape, it was balanced. Why do I say it was balanced? Now I don't care for this content creator. I don't care for him. I felt when he invited me on his channel, I was respectful. I was cooperative. I don't go on a lot of channels. I've only been on 3 channels, family. I just felt slighted by some of his comments, some inappropriate, my body part, but neither here or there. But I will salute him. I will give him respect. He broke the story. A YouTube member reached out to him, and he's the one who aired out the check. And I think what Mr. Honor wanted to do, he's been at this game long too. He was confused too. There's a lot of, it was messy. And he probably felt, on the level of his channel, to have such a smaller channel call him out on the red carpet. I just wish he would have given me a chance to reach out to him. We would have discussed matter and then just approach this entire thing differently where it didn't have to be so messy on YouTube. But I'm learning the game, fam. I'm learning. These are some murky water at times. And I'm tough. Like I said, it's the fire I was receiving. I got jolted because of the channel that it was coming from. I think that's why it was so effective. I think if it was a different content creator, I would have addressed it. You guys know I'm big on receipt, but I don't think it would have taken such a toll on me. Like where my day, I had a really rough day today. I had an interview I had to cancel. I'm running to 2 different banks, trying to have them pull stuff from 2025. And then I had to travel. So I come there, I'm gonna go to the restaurant in the hotel and have a little dinner. But I said, I needed to come and talk to you guys and just kind of give clarity verbally, and then the checks to follow. I apologize for everybody that felt disappointed, confused, and especially those content creators I put in the line of fire. I will continue to stay focused on this investigation that's coming, that's in progress for Umar. I'm sorry, I said coming. I will not lose focus of that. And I think open myself a little too much on YouTube. Probably be a little bit more guarded. But all of you who inbox me, thank you. And then just because I haven't gotten to your message, thank you. Thank you for taking the time. And then for some of you, if your message wasn't kind, you have a right to ask for accountability. You do. And like I said, that content creator that I don't care for, we salute him. He brought a receipt and he wanted accountability. Fair is fair. Fair is fair, family. Fair is fair. And at the end, the person who will take accountability, it's me, because I gave him that check. The accountability fall on me, even though he had it since September. He's some cyber security specialist. I should have been a little bit more vigilant. Probably when I went to sign the disclosure, that's the check I should have taken a photograph of. Probably when I went to Chase Manhattan to deposit, that's the deposit check. I should have screenshot and sent to him. A lot of probably I should have. But unfortunately, you can't carve or spill milk. What's done is done. Omar moved strangely. And I apologize. I apologize for those that was confused, those that were disappointed. I sincerely apologize for the chaos that took place last night. Thank you. I'm gonna grab a bite to eat and I'm gonna turn in early. I wanted to do a little workout, but I'm like exhausted and I want to be in a much better upbeat disposition so I could cover as much and bring the beauty of her fight to you guys. Thank you for taking time to look at this video. Please like and subscribe. Marianne, thank you.